Hi, I'm Brendan Meyer, and you're watching my exclusive interview with TeenInfoNet.com. A little bit about myself. Well, I'm 18 years old. I'm Canadian, actually. I'm residing right now in Vancouver, British Columbia, but I'm originally from Edmonton, Alberta. Lived there for many years. And I don't know, other than that, I'm a big fan of acting and movies and plays and all that kind of stuff. And yeah. I got started in acting really young, but I didn't start with like an agent in film and TV and stuff. When I was about 5, I just did like fun acting classes in Edmonton where I grew up. It's just sort of like started as a hobby. You know, like if it was summer, I'd do an acting summer camp, or on Saturdays I'd do an acting class, and then it just sort of snowballed into more interest and deciding to pursue it with an agent and stuff. I don't know if any one person inspired me to get into the entertainment industry, but I've just always been a really big fan of movies and plays and telling stories, and since I think so much joy and enjoyment has come from me myself being able to watch movies and plays, it was really inspiring for me to maybe one day be a part of it. So that's kind of what, it wasn't a particular person, it was just sort of all the work that people have done in the past. Some of the things I've done, well, the first series I ever did was a show called Dino Sapien. It only went for 1 season, and it was on BBC in Britain and Discovery Kids in America, and it was about camp counselors at a camp who discovered that there were real-life dinosaurs living near the camp. So it was a really cool show, and it was my first big gig. So that was one of my first things, and then I did 3 seasons at the Free Will Shakespeare Festival, which was the Shakespeare Festival in Edmonton, and that was really cool. I got to do like all kinds of plays like Macbeth, Much Ado About Nothing, Titus Andronicus, over about 3 summers, and so that was a really cool experience to be able to do Shakespeare outdoors and do 2 plays in rep, which is rehearsing them at the same time and then performing them back to back. So that was really cool. Yeah. Mr. Young is about a 14-year-old genius named Adam Young, who instead of pursuing a job at NASA or somewhere after he graduates university, he decides to go back to high school and teach high school science because he wants to have the high school experience he never had. He went through high school really fast, and he really wants to go back and enjoy the 4-year process. And since he can't do it as a student, he decides to do it as a teacher. And so the funny thing is he's the same age as the students in his class. So it's a really interesting thing because he's can be effectively bullied by the bully in the class, and he has a crush on one of his students and his best friends in the class, and that's where a lot of the comedy comes from. Working on the show is really great. It's a really fun atmosphere. It's a great show to work on, and I really like all the actors that I get to work with, and they're really talented too. So I learn a lot as well as having fun, and yeah, it's a really cool thing to be able to have a steady job as an actor, and I've enjoyed that. Yeah, I try to keep in touch with pretty much everyone because, when you're filming, you're together like 4, sometimes 5 days a week, so you're together all the time, but, you really do make real friendships, so it's important even when you're not filming to get together and do stuff as a cast, and not just me, but everyone tries to make an effort, I think, to stay in touch. Girl vs. Monster was a really great experience. It was like a quick, I think about a month and a half to 2 month shoot, and it was just really fun. It was something different. I've been doing Mr. Young for a while, which is shot in a studio. There's no exterior stuff, so it was cool to be out in the elements shooting like that, and I thought it was a really fun movie, so I was proud to be a part of it. And yeah, working with Kat and Olivia, I mean, I knew Kat McNamara before, so it's always fun when you get to work with someone who you're friends with before. And then Olivia I'd never met before, and she was really great, and she was a great kind of a positive energy on the set, which was great. And also working with Kara Storsey and Luke Benward on that show was great, and all the other adult actors like Adam Chambers and stuff. It was really a great group of people. Yeah, I wound up doing about 4 episodes of The Haunting Hour over 3 seasons. The first one I did was one called The Dead Body, which was a really cool episode about a kid who sort of makes a deal with another kid who he meets to get rid of some bullies, and he winds up not getting the payback that he necessarily wanted. So that was really cool, and I got to work with one of my best friends in the business, Matt Angel. So that was really fun. And then the second one I did was an episode called Creature Feature, which was a 2-parter, and I worked with Joel Courtney, who was on Super 8, which was really fun. And so that episode was really cool because it was all about like old movies and stuff, and I enjoyed that one. And then I have an episode that hasn't even aired yet. It's coming out soon. That's a sequel to the first one, The Dead Body. So for people who've seen that, they should totally check that out. Was I ever scared? Well, there was definitely some spooky locations we shot, and I remember we shot out at a deserted drive-in movie theater for Creature Feature, which was really spooky, and there was all kinds of fog and stuff, and we shot, in an abandoned garage for Dead Body Part 2. So yeah, I don't know if I was ever like scared, but there were a lot of really like spooky places that we shot. Other than acting, inside the film and television industry, I also really like going to movies and watching plays, and I'm also interested in maybe going into directing and writing in the future, so that's really, really cool. I even shot a little short film recently just to get into directing. And then outside of the industry completely, I don't know, I really like just typical stuff. I like, going for runs, I really like golf. I really just like hanging out with my family and friends, just, typical stuff. But I don't have a lot of like hardcore interests that I do all the time outside of acting. Yeah, well, I've got a couple things in the pipeline. I think the third season of Mr. Young should be coming your way pretty soon. And then other than that, I just shot a role in the upcoming remake of The Virginian with Trace Adkins and Ron Perlman, which was really, really cool. And I'm doing a Hallmark movie called Garage Sale Mystery, which should be out later. And some other things are also in the works, so yeah, you'll be seeing from me soon. I think my dream actor to work with would be Leonardo DiCaprio. He's my favorite actor, and I think he always gives amazing performances, and I think he's kind of got the career path that I'd love to go on. And he always picks good movies, so if you were working with him, you'd know you were in a really good project. The advice that I would give to anyone who wants to go into the acting industry is if you really, really want to do it, just never give up and keep trying, because there's a lot of disappointments and discouraging things that will happen, but if you really, really want it, I think you'll be rewarded if you stick with it. And also, no matter how much success you have, I think it's important to continue to improve and get better every day, and always take an opportunity to learn and improve.